I just want to riff off a few things that are on my mind and have been lately. So I'm just going to talk real, flat out, and just honest. Do you know what I mean? So the first thing that I've seen is training outdoors, outdoor sessions. Personally, I'm not going to be offering. I've spoken to 4 people. I literally know 4 people that I've said that I'm happy to train them outside, but I won't be offering it to the majority, and this is why. These are the reasons. So the thing that's getting me about this whole outdoor training sessions and PTs deciding to do it, which is amazing. Yeah, it's great. So I understand that we're all struggling as PTs, being self-employed. You want to get back to work, you want to get back to training people as soon as possible. So to do so, how can we do this? How? Let's do it outside. Now the government said, let's all go out. So if you've been looking at this whole government legislation for outdoor training, it comes down to the specific council of each area for one. So the council have put up a big list of things that we as personal trainers or coaches, fitness coaches, I call myself a coach, we as coaches have to adhere to follow. Now there's a lot of laws, there's a lot of things that we have to kind of abide by to allow us to do this and to be safe for our clients. So insurance is one. Is your trainer insured? Full stop. Are they insured? No. Basically, is the quick and easy access of that. Most insurance companies are not going to insure us to train people outside at the moment due to COVID. Now, there's a few reasons why, and I'm going to get over them as well as we go through this. So is your trainer insured? 1. 2, first aid. Are they first aid covered? So when we train in a gym, majority of PTs don't bother with a first aid because you have to have a first aider in that gym. You have to have a qualified first aider in the gym. I'm not going to mention some, but I know some didn't. I am a qualified first aider. I did mine last year. It is going to run out very soon. I need to do it again. Simple as that, okay? So you have to do it every year. You can't just do it once. You have to do it every single year. So are they insured? Are they qualified first aider? Make sure they're this. Now, 3, are they qualified to train you outside? Now, I'm not being funny, I'm a gym PT. I train people in a gym. I love training people in a gym, yeah? That is my home, that is where I base all my sessions around. Do I have an outdoor qualification? Yes, I do. I do. I actually have done a qualification to train people outside. And if you go through my timelines, all my Instas and my Facebook for Train to Fail, you will see that I have, before lockdown, trained many people outside. So I know how to create a plan, whether you're trying to gain, whether it's for rugby, whether it's losing weight and tone. These are all different things that can be done outside, not just running about for half an hour, sprinting up and down, press ups, sit ups, piss off. It's not about that. And that's what people are going to find. So do they have the knowledge to train you outside successfully towards your goals in a way that you'd be happy to train? These are all things that you've got to kind of assess, yeah? So are you qualified to train people outside? Are you insured to train people outside? Have you got first aid licensing? Those are just a few of the boxes. Equipment. Now, most of you have gone out and bought equipment at home, which is fantastic. So why then go to a park or a beach or somewhere else where you have no equipment or minimal equipment to what you would do indoors? Or you're going to be taking your own. You're taking your own equipment to your own session, paying this person to train you with your own equipment. See what I mean? There's a lot of boxes to be ticked now. I get people want to be fit and healthy and do lots of stuff and kind of work towards their goals, but it may not be the safest. Now, we're talking about masks. Everyone's saying, don't wear a mask, do wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Personally, if I'm going to train you outside, I'm going to have a mask, you're going to have a mask. End of. Just for safeness. 2, gloves. You better both be wearing gloves because I'm not passing none of my sweat and stuff, because if they're not open in gyms because of spit, sweat and the transference of this disease, if I'm training you at a 2 metre distance, I don't care, you're wearing a glove because you're touching my equipment, no jokes, you're touching my weights or my bands, my medicine ball, whatever I've brought to the session, you're using. So you're sweating on it, you're touching it, so you better be using gloves. This is all going to make it hard to train outside, especially for breathing and stuff if you've ever trained outside. So I want to make sure that you're safe in that manner. Then, who have you been around? Where have you been before our session? Where have you been after a session? These are the same questions for me. Do you know what I mean? If we're talking about passing this disease, this virus abound, I'm training you outside, whether I'm at 2 metre distance or not. Are we all going to adhere to it? Probably not. You'll get out your car, hi, how are you? Oh, I'll give you a lift. I saw 2 people do it the other day. They literally had no masks, no PPE whatsoever. They met each other at the top of the hill, talked, and then walked down to go and do their session. Now, there was no 2 metre distancing in that at all. Do you know what I mean? So these are all things that we're going to slip up on. So please be 100% sure when you're training outside. Also, there's another thing you have to do. Risk assessments. I am a qualified dance teacher. I have an IDTA freestyle dance instructor's badge, of which I have to do risk assessments. I also have a street fit qualification, which means I can teach street fit, which is street dance fitness, and whatever, in studios, of which I also have to do a risk assessment of that studio. So you have to do risk assessments if you are insured. To adhere to your insurance, you have to do a risk assessment for every person you train outside and where you're training them. Is your PT doing that? Not being funny, the average PT, myself included, hasn't written shizzle for years. I just don't, do you know what I mean? I type it out on the laptop. This was years ago when I was a dance teacher. But yeah, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it, so they won't be insured to train you. So if you hurt yourself and you while you're training with them, I broke my leg. I wasn't insured, for what I was doing, so I was left penniless. So if you're outdoors with this person running uphill and you fall down, bust your leg up, and you can't do nothing for 3 months, she ain't insured, he ain't insured, they're not insured, so you can't claim anything. Have you got personal fitness insurance, personal body insurance for when you're outside the house? No. So why are you going to go and then put your hands... At least if you hurt yourself in the gym, you can claim off the gym's insurance, because most gyms have, well, they should have, millions of pounds worth of insurance. So that's another thing. Risk assessments. These people need to do them to train you outside. I can't be bothered with that. I'm not doing it. It's fair. I'm just going to be honest with you, and a lot of people aren't. So you're going to give this person your money to train you that may not be insured, probably hasn't got first aid, never trained anyone outside really before, and just wants to use you as a guinea pig, and then has to do risk assessments, which they're not really going to do, so they might not know what actually might hurt you or not, and what's safe to do or not. Medical reasons as well. At least if you've gone to the gym, you've done a parkour. Now, if you're training with this person individually, you have to do your individual parkour so this person knows what's wrong with you. These are all things that have to be done before I can just bop and train you outside. Now, the people I've spoken to, they've been with me for years. Like, they've been with me for a minute, and they're actually friends. So that's the only reason I'd even consider training them outside, because they're aware of the risks. The average Joe Bloggs isn't. So there are some outdoor specialists out there, and if they go back, please look into them, use them. But don't just use any Tom, Dick or Harry that's decided to just pop up again because they're a little bit broke, a little bit bored of fucking lockdown, and they want to use you as a guinea pig. Don't have it. It's not fair. So yeah, it comes down to accreditation. The PT course is very small part on outside, very small part on nutrition. Doesn't make you a qualified nutritionist, and it doesn't go into like the 0.75 gram or 125, 1.5 of protein, deciding on what you're doing and carbs and so on and so forth, and how to assess your nutrition and do all the macros and calculations so that you can give them a diet plan. Because if you're training outside, no matter what goal you have to have a meal plan to accompany it. Why? Because you need to track your calories. Now, if you're a big guy and your main goal is kind of holding muscle, but you just want to tone because you want to keep fit, then you need to have the right diet to accompany that. So all of these are things that kind of go together. Nutrition plan, all of this. PT is not qualified to do it. They're not. A PT is qualified to take you in the gym for an hour session, show you how to do cardio, and then that guy is coming to you trying to tell you how to eat, how to train, how to sleep. No, Sonny Jim. Carry on, learn. It's about to start my level 4 strength and conditioning. Yeah, level 4, boom. So, not being funny, I've taken time to carry on and learn about all these different aspects of training and diet. And I do have my nutrition and diet and sport qualification. You don't know when lockdown's going to finish, or whether we're going to go back into full lockdown due to an increases. So why are you giving your money away now? If it was me, personally, not just me, but there are many, many good prep coaches out there, transformation coaches, online coaches, and outdoor coaches that have been around before lockdown and vocal during lockdown, helping you guys. So go to them, support your local businesses, support those small PTs and self-employed people that need your help. So to summarize, outdoor workouts, We have to have full insurance, which at the moment is very, very hard to get because insurance companies are not insuring us because of the moment, because of the lockdown, okay? And because of the coronavirus outbreak, they're not giving out insurance, okay? So please check they're insured. Are they first aid covered? Do they have a current first aid? 3, amenities. Make sure there's toilets because every park has closed them at the moment. So what are you going to do if you get caught short way out? Where's your number 2 and 1 going? Also, are you going to have a successful workout outdoors? Now, end of the day, I like training in the gym. There's a whole reason that I go to the gym and do it. I'm not a hit guy. I do it for football, American football. But I'm not going to go out to a gym and work out all the time. I'm happy indoors with more equipment. So there's a lot of things that go against it. Also, your PTs. Please check what they're doing and what they know. Look through them, see what results they've brought to people. If they're offering to take you outside, see that they've actually got experience taking people outside in the past, yeah? Check up on them. Don't just think, oh, that's popped up, really want to do it. She's charging £5. £5? Come on now, know your worth. If any PT out there is charging you £5, £10 for one-on-one sessions, I'd be struggling to believe that they're really worth more, yeah? And then the day in the PT world, if you're risking yourself to go and train people, yeah, you're doing something nice for them, but you would charge more because you're more at risk, not less. So yeah, all of these things you have to kind of weigh up the options of, all right? So please stay safe. These are all just my opinions. That is it, opinions. If you like them, if you don't like them, cool. Come at me, message me, let me know what your thoughts are on this. But at the end of the day, stay safe, stay home, and do what you got to take care of this.